And it's time for what is quite possibly the most interesting or the most exciting taste test that I have done so far. And what is it, I hear you cry? Well, you'll find out in a minute. By the way, more eagle-eyed viewers might notice that the beer fridge isn't in shot. That's because at the moment the beer fridge is in the kitchen because our main fridge is broken. But we're getting a new one today, so hopefully the beer fridge will be back in its rightful place by the next video. So that's good. Anyway, why is this so exciting? Let's get the beers from today. I've put them just out of reach here, so I'll have to see if I can actually reach them. So I've got one here, and I'll reach this one as well. So it is another one of the Dab verses. Well, this is the one that I've been waiting for quite some time. We're going to put the trusty Dab against the unbelievable Augustiner Lager Beer Hell in a blind taste test. So there we go. Now, those of you who might remember, the Dab was up in that four-way taste test where it beat both the Ayinger and actually beat the Augustiner Edelstoff, which is, again, amazing. I had some Edelstoff yesterday and it is such a brilliant beer. It is. I would rather drink an Edelstoff than a Dab, but on the day, what can I say? The Dab, I preferred the Dab because it had more flavour. It is a remarkable beer, this. It's going to be blind again. This one has a different style to the Edelstoff, so I think I'm going to have more trouble distinguishing between these two beers than I did between the the Edelstoff and the Dab, so that's going to be very interesting anyway. But that's good though. If I don't know which one's which, and I don't think I will know which one's which when I pour these out, then I'm going to have a really good objective decision on which one is better. What is going to happen? Is this one going to lose, or is it going to win and still reign supreme? There's only one beer that has beaten this in a blind taste test, and that's the Augustiner Edelstoff. Many have tried, many others have tried and have failed. Tegernsee, the Tegernsee Special, whatever else. Some of the other ones as well. Yeah, loads of beers have tried. The only one that's actually taken this down in a blind taste test is the Edelstoff. This one has taken the Edelstoff down in a blind taste test. So does it have what it takes to take this one down? Very interesting. I cannot wait to try this taste test. I cannot wait to try these beers. So let's get them into glasses. Let's get started. And I'm back. Nice generous helpings of these two. Well, but they're so great, I don't care. What can I say? Nice generous pours, looking good. This one, a little bit more in this one than this one, but it has got a less thick bottom. Right, let's have a look. Let's first of all tell you which one's which out of these. So, this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Now, we're going to look at these now, first of all. So let's have a see. Yeah, it's about the same amount in both. So the heads I was getting very similar, quite creamy, quite wispy. This one's dissipated quicker than this one, but it could just be the way they were poured. Looking at the colours, they are similar. This one I think is a little bit lighter than this one. This one has got more bubbles rising up to the top than this one. This one looks really smooth actually. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. So they're very similar colour. And as I say, this one seems a bit lighter, but it might just be a trick of the light. Yeah, and I think it is a little bit lighter. Yeah, this one's a little bit lighter. I don't know which that means it is, to be honest, but there you go. Anyway, I don't swill yet, do I? Can get a nose. So let's get a nose on this one now. So here we go. Ooh, enough room to swill, which is good. Smells nice. Smells very nice. I think I know which one that is, but again, I'm often wrong with these, so I'm not actually going to let that cloud my judgment. So it's malty, it's rustic, it smells nice, it smells very full on. A little bit of orange in there. Brown bread. Oh, it smells wonderful, that. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's smell this one now. That one smells a bit more syrupy. Yeah, it smells a lot more syrupy that, but it has got a bit of citrus in the nose. That's a bit more lemon rather than orange. It smells cleaner. This one is not as rustic. Oh, it smells really nice. That smells like all the kind of flavours I like in a beer, or certainly all the scents I like in a beer. Let's go back on this one again. Yeah, so that one's got a little bit more rustic maltiness, another flying thing. And it's just, yeah, it's digestive biscuit in there. A little bit buttery. It's, yeah. They're both smelling amazing. They really are. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, this one. So I'm not sure if there's a tad bit of metallicness in the smell there, but I don't want to jump in with that because no, I don't think it is though. It's just different. I think it's just compared to this, they're very different smells. This one's grassier and more lemon. That one's more malt forward and say a little bit of tangerine, bit of marmalade in the smell there. This one more like biscuit and kind of wafers, and they both smell absolutely outstanding. They really do, and I would have expected that because these are both amazing beers. So let's do a bit of a mouth swill. Now is the time to taste. Here we go. Cheers. Oh, that's crisp. That is so crisp. I could drink that. Oh, I could just down that. That is. Oh, that's so good. That is drinkable and refreshing. And if you just want something that's crisp, bit of bitterness, bit of dryness, tiny bit of sweetness, lovely. Oh, lovely aftertaste. I don't know how my throat went that, but oh yeah, it's got that kind of Krombacher aftertaste to it as well, and that Krombacher is a pilsner, so got that nice sort of buttery Krombacher aftertaste that I really loved so much about the Krombacher. I think it was the Krombacher that had that. Could have been the Sinker. I know they both had banging aftertaste, but it comes after that nice whack of bitterness. So you've got a whack of bitterness followed by a lovely butteriness, which makes you want to come back for more. You're getting shortbread biscuit in there. It does taste, on the aftertaste, it does taste just like one of them ones in the supermarket, the premium supermarket. Like, I'm sure it was the Krombacher. Because of that bitterness mixed with that nice buttery finish, it does taste a bit like the Krombacher on the finish, which is interesting. Now this one. Here we go. Cheers. This is so weird because that one tastes like that one smells, and that one tastes like that one smells. So weird. This tastes more malty and more bready. This tastes more biscuity, but smelt more bready. It's really weird. It's just bizarre. Let's have some more of this. So the bitterness in this one is way more pleasant than the bitterness in this one. But I think it's just this has got a bit more bitterness to it, I'd say. It's not offset with the butteriness like this one. So at the end, like I always say with this, okay, it's always about what you like from a beer. I mean, this has got more of a whack of a bitterness. It's got more bitterness to it than this one. But this one has got more than enough bitterness, and it's nice and dry. That one's nice and dry. It's got a bit of sweetness as well. But this one's got more sweetness in the taste, I'd say, than that. And this one tastes more carbonated than that one, which is weird because this one looked more carbonated than that one. Very odd, this. It is very, very odd. I don't really know which is which out of these. I think I know which is which out of these. Yeah, but I definitely know which I prefer. Yeah, so that's got the malty notes. It's got a little bit of orange peel, bit of grass there. It's got quite a big whack of bitterness there, which is dries your mouth out quite a bit. And it's got a little bit of that buttery aftertaste, but not so much. This one, let's try this one again. So that's a bit lighter in the flavour, but the flavour is every bit as complex. Oh, it's just, that one is just so crisp. It's got just the right amount of bitterness. I'm hoping I'm getting these the right round. This is weird. I mean, what I think they are is not going to cloud my judgment at the moment. So I think I'll tell you which one's winning, which one's won, and then I'm going to tell you the journey I've taken to decide which is which. So let's try this one again. Oh, I really don't know. That one's got more malt in the taste, and that one's definitely more full on in the taste. This one, it's got a lighter taste, but it's got very, very nice taste. Very well balanced. When I first started tasting them, I thought it would be a slam dunk for this one, but this one's growing on me, which I think sometimes the second beer does. Okay, let's have some more of this. Okay, I'm going to say what I always say when I have taste tests like this. These are both absolutely banging beers. They are amazing, both of them. And I have to crown one the winner. And I can't be swayed by what I think's what. Right, this one is a bit smoother than this one. This one is more well balanced than this one. And while this one hasn't got as much flavour as this one, there's as much complexity of the flavour. It's just a little bit more in the background. There's a nice whack of bitterness, lovely creamy aftertaste. It's nice and dry. It's really refreshing. It's lovely and smooth. This is the winner. Definitely. This one is very, very close second. I mean, these are both amazing. They really are. This one's won though. I'm thinking, because this one is quite full on and it hits you quite a bit with the taste when you first taste it, I'm thinking this is the Dab, because the Dab is quite full on in the flavour, and it's I wouldn't say it's not quite perfect, this one. I think there is a little bit of metallicness in the bitterness in this one, which this is the Augustiner. I'm going to have a massive egg on my face here. It doesn't taste quite as good a quality a beer as that one. And I don't think it did against the Edelstoff either. I preferred the Dab to the Edelstoff on the day because of the more flavour it had. But having Edelstoff since, the Edelstoff does, you can tell it's got slightly higher quality than the Dab. There's, there's just that, the bitterness is more, It's a bit unfair on the Dab though, because this is absolutely amazing. But there is a little bit, that bitterness is just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit off. Off balance maybe with the rest of the beer. But if you like your beers bitter, I mean, this is not a bitter beer by any means. Compared to some pilsners, this is not a bitter beer by any means. It's lovely, but this one is better in that way. But a Helles will have a lower bitterness anyway, so that's another reason why I think this is the Augustiner. So Augustiner, Dab. If I'm right, the Augustiner's one. I just prefer this one. It's got the flavours there, the complexity's there. It's not quite as full on in the flavour, but the flavours are the purer, the cleaner. It's smooth, it's beautiful. That one is just as good as that one, I think. I think they're both equally good, but I had to choose one. This is the one who's winning. Let's have a see. I'm going to find out if I'm right now because I can't take it any longer. So I will be back in a minute. I'm back, and yeah, I think I'm starting to understand the flavour profiles of these beers a bit more now. So yeah, I was right. This is the Augustiner, and the thing about it is, I always think that these kind of beers are quite full on in the flavour, but they're not. So these really high quality beers are really good ones. The flavour is a little bit more in the background. It's not, and I mean, it's nothing like the ones in the other championship, the cheap lager championship. Don't get me wrong. The flavours are there, but they're not. They don't just throw themselves at you. You taste it first of all. It's just a really nice, crisp, refreshing, drinkable lager. And then if you hold it in your mouth a little bit longer, or if you just fish for the flavours a bit more, they're all there. There's a lovely complexity there. So you can savour it, or you can down it, and it's just great. And it's there. It's like you're the boss with this beer. You're the boss as to what flavours you get out of it. If you just want to down it and just have a nice, refreshing, kind of floral, almost citrusy, light kind of lager experience, then you do that. If you want to sip it a bit more, you want to taste it a bit more, then there's all these flavours that you can experience, and it's just amazing. It's really, really good beer. I can see why this won the championship. The Edelstoff's just as good as this. They're very similar beers, really, and yeah, amazing. The Dab, again, it's such a cracking beer. I think it's one of the most underrated beers out there. I know that people who like Dab, they think it's really good as well, but I think it's better than that. It's definitely the best value lager you can buy in the UK. As far as I'm concerned, it's such a good beer. But the flavours are a little bit more in your face. This tells you what to do. The Dab says, I'm here. I'm a full flavoured, full-bodied lager, and you are going to taste this. So as soon as it hits you, as soon as you taste it, you're hit with malt, you're hit with a bit of syrup, you're hit with a bit of lemon, you're hit with that bitterness, and the bitterness now, as I speak, it's not as strong as it was before, but it's there. It is there, but I could drink can after can of this, and I wouldn't get bored of it, because it's such an interesting flavour. Sort of flavour sensation. It's just got so much flavour to it. It really has, and they're all good flavours. They're all good lager flavours that you expect from a really nice lager, a really nice Helles. There's some bitterness there from a really nice Pilsner as well. So it's almost like a Helles Pilsner crossover. It's got some of the lovely flavours you can get from a nice Helles. It's got a lovely whack of bitterness that you get from a nice Pilsner. It's probably a little bit less bitter than Krombacher, so it's not particularly high on the bitterness scale, but it's more bitter than some Pilsners. So it's almost got a bit of Pilsner bitterness, but it's got some lovely Helles maltiness as well. It's got a bit of grassiness and a bit of lemon. This is, as I say, you're the boss with this. It's a bit creamier. It's cleaner. Got a lovely dryness. It is an extraordinarily good beer. But this is twice the price of this. So if you're on a budget, get something decent at a decent price for that one. I'm not going to be buying this on a regular basis. It's just too expensive, but every so often I'm going to be drinking this because it is beautiful. This is going to be my everyday beer, as it were. Not like I'm drinking it every day, but that's my everyday beer. This is going to be my special occasion beer. This is better than that. It just is. It's better quality. So's the Edelstoff. Even though in some circumstances I do prefer the taste of this. But if we just drank the same lager all the time, then it would be a bit boring, wouldn't it? So there you go. So yeah, there's a place for both of these. This is the winner. Yeah, the Augustiner. We will continue to try and put things up against the Augustiner. I think the Dab's had its day now. I think it's up there. It can compete with the likes of these beers, but it's just slightly, I think, lower. This will get its chance in a taste test, in a blind taste test against other beers as well. So who knows? I might just find I don't know what I'm talking about when it gets knocked out in a championship miss, let's say by a beer like Stella or something. I don't know. But who knows if that's going to happen? What can I say? Cracking beer. That's all there is to it. Till next time, have a good one.